people? I'm Lindsay Geektron, and this is LolKing's League Trends for the week of January 20th, 2015, and this week's show is brought to you by Full Sail University. If your dream is to make video games, Full Sail University can help. Whether it's coding, art, producing, or mobile game development, there's a program at Full Sail University that can teach you tools and technology to make your dream a reality. Online programs include the Mobile Gaming Master's Program. On campus, there's the Game Art and Game Development programs where you'll actually make a video game from start to finish with people in your class. So Full Sail University also offers a huge variety of degrees in a bunch of fields that relate to the entertainment and media industry. And if this sounds like something you're interested in, visit fullsail.edu/leaguetrends to learn more. This week's featured champions include Hecarim, Corky, Renekton, Jace, Kalista, and Syndra. Let's dive into Summoner's Rift. This week, the champions with the top 5 biggest increases in pick rates are Ahri, Alistar, Renekton, Hecarim, and Tristana. The Shadow of War received some respectable buffs in the first patch of Season 5. He is designed to be a jungler, but has recently been seen as a solo laner in competitive play. So which one is his current home? The jury is still out. Regardless of position, Hecarim is a bruiser with some initiation ability. He brings sustained damage to the front line, but is dependent on items to do so. His tankiness comes from dealing damage and triggering the self-healing on Spirit of Dread, who is not particularly beefy without gold or levels. Triforce is his core item. In a solo lane, this is great, but for low-income junglers, this can be a bit of a problem. That said, the bonus movement speed from the new Chilling Smite is a fun new toy the pony can play with. Hecarim's passive converts movement speed to attack damage, which is why you may see players pick up a Ghost Blade as well. While his pick rate is only 4%, we expect players to see more of this guy prancing around in SoloQ, and perhaps even in the upcoming LCS season. Decreased pick rates this week list Maokai, Rek'Sai, Syndra, Corky, and Vayne. Look familiar? Yes, we featured Corky last week. He got another direct nerf, and this one is far more substantial. His Valkyrie dash now costs 100 mana, up from 50. This is about a quarter of Corky's mana bar early game, so now players have to be more conservative with their Phosphorus Bomb harassment. Ironically enough, the exact opposite change was done in the middle of Season 3. Corky's Valkyrie was reduced in mana cost from 100 to 50. Rito, please. Corky still plays the same way, build a Triforce and Sorcerer's Shoes to smack people in the face with rockets. And this is probably not a Charlie Foxtrot, as Corky still has a valuable niche. Your teammates will sometimes pick all 80 champions for top, mid, and jungle spots, and when this happens, Corky's hybrid damage can save the day and keep your team relevant into the late game. Good guy, Corky. He also brings reliable wave clear for defending against sieges or playing with a split-pushing ally. It's unlikely we'll see the Daring Bombardier in competitive play, but do keep an eye out for him in SoloQ. Champions with the top increased win rates this week are Hecarim, Renekton, Poppy, Evelynn, and Anivia. Renekton might be back. His Cull the Meek spam will heal him a bit more, but the bigger change is that his abilities generate more fury. The Butcher of the Sands is considered one, if not the biggest, of lane bullies, but was known to fall off later. So do these numbers make him relevant in the late game? It's possible, but Renekton's problems also stem from his only crowd control being his Ruthless Predator ability, a single target melee stun. Other champions can simply bring more to the table. Tiamat is a popular choice on Renekton to cancel the long animation time on Ruthless Predator, but also consider a Bilgewater Cutlass into a Bork. Renekton can proc the on-hit damage multiple times, but a Blade also brings utility. The active allows Renekton to catch up to carries in teamfights and stun them. Another plus is that the animation time on Ruthless Predator is reduced by attack speed, so a Blade actually does a similar job to a Tiamat or a Ravenous Hydra. With a win rate hovering just under 50%, it's entirely possible that Renekton will be seen on the Rift in SoloQ. Champs, the top 5 biggest decrease in win rates has Syndra up first, while Xerath, Kalista, Jace, and Quinn follow behind. Jace is supposedly the defender of tomorrow. One would think that he could therefore defend himself against nerfs, but that's not the case. His hypercharge auto attacks now deal less damage. Players must now poke enemies down a bit more before committing to an all-in. Because of the changes, he's most likely now a mediocre blind pick or general pick, but still has a niche for sieging down teams and an enjoyably high skill cap. Infinity Edge was also directly nerfed, so trying to build it or a Ghost Blade for critical strikes on Jace is probably not a good idea anymore. Instead, focus on your core mana and armor penetration. A Bloodthirster, Mercurial Scimitar, or defensive item such as a Guardian Angel can be used to round out your build. With LCS just around the corner, it's unlikely Jace will be able to face competitive in the future. The top 5 biggest ban increases this week include Azir, LeBlanc, Kalista, Lissandra, and Jarvan 4. The Spear of Vengeance has received some minor buffs, but any newfound respect for her power is likely coming from players developing their skill on the champion. Kalista's Martial Poise passive gives her incredible mobility. However, making full use of it requires both creativity and quick decision making. She jumps a substantial distance after auto-attacking, so it is quite the double-edged sword. Jumping forward at the wrong time can obviously get you killed, while getting spooked and jumping backwards can leave you too far away to deal any damage. A new item that's popped up for Kalista is the Hurricane. Her auto attacks and Pierce ability puts a stacking debuff for her Rend ability on enemies. The debuff has a short duration, but it's not restricted to a single target. Ergo, buying a Hurricane allows Kalista players to use Rend on multiple targets and boost her damage output substantially. Oh hooray! While she still pops up from time to time in SoloQ, she may be entirely absent from the spring split in LCS. Or I'm wrong. Whichever. And finally this week, the biggest decrease in ban rates lists Syndra, Fiddlesticks, Fizz, Rek'Sai, and Pantheon. Dark Sovereign no longer. Syndra's Dark Sphere ability deals reduced damage at earlier ranks, and her stun from Scout of the Week is harder to land. She stood out amongst mages for her ability to bully people in the mid lane, and for her long-range catch potential. The first strength is directly nerfed, while the second now requires more skill. If you've been paying attention during the show, you'll remember that Syndra was both on the reduced pick rates and win rates chart. Expect her ban rate to keep dropping, and don't expect to see much of her in professional play. I suppose in this case, she really can be so much more. Poor Syndra. And that is it for this week's episode. Please be sure you check back every Tuesday for the latest League of Legends picks, bans, and win rates. Please be sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video around. You guys know the drill by this point. And make sure you check out this week's sponsor, fullsail.edu/league trends. I'm Lindsay Geektron. You can follow me on Twitch TV at Lindsay Geektron. Thanks guys so much for watching, and I'll see everyone next week.